How is it going, YouTube? Malagant Sam. So what year is this? We're looking at a Grim Dawn expansion. This is incredibly exciting news for me. I'm very much looking forward to this. It's been about like 3 years that I didn't play Grim Dawn for good. And there has been like some patches in between, not necessarily the biggest stuff, but lots of balance changes, new itemization stuff, new dungeon drops, etc. So there's already some new things in the game for me. And there will be not only a big patch coming up shortly, I'm expecting in a couple of months from now. And at the same time, next year in 2024, we are going to be getting a new expansion to Grim Dawn. So first things out of the way in this video, we're going to try to keep it short and we'll talk about what we know so far. But if you would like to learn more, this link is going to be in the description below, this page that I'm looking at. And at the same time, the entire stream that was streamed yesterday from Zentai, giving information about the patch version 1.2 and the Fangs of Asterkarn. It's a 2-hour stream. The VOD is on YouTube, and this link is going to be down below as well. As well as what I can tell you is Grim Misadventures are making a comeback as well, so that you are going to be having, bi-weekly, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly updates about what is going to be coming new or what is being developed in Grim Dawn, and there'll be like lots of teasers and more informations about what is to come. So you can, keep up to date in their forums in Create Entertainment. And I'll also include this link in the description down below too. So let's look into Fangs of Asterkarn. What is coming? There's going to be obviously a new game mode, which is called the Ascendant difficulty. This is a little bit connected to the version 1.2 because there's some like difficulty changes. So it's not going to be like a fourth difficulty on top of already what we have. And we're going to speculate a little bit, but that's going to be in another video because I don't really want to make this like a 30-minute video right here. I'll just give some basic information about the expansion. So, the Ascendant game mode turned the campaign world into a challenge worthy of Ascendant demigods, with every dungeon and boss encounter sure to test your limits. So, from the get-go, I can imagine that like the way that the Ascendant game mode is going to be releasing is going to be incredibly difficult. And I can tell you that like early times of Grim Dawn was already a very, very difficult game, especially compared to right now. But as the game, became more mainstream, it kind of made it so that like it was more accessible in certain parts of the map, and then it was much more harder in in certain other parts. So you were able to like kind of target what's kind of like a challenge was waiting for you, right? It is kind of like that in the game right now, which is kind of a good thing for, especially for a casual player, for relaxing. But this game mode right over here, I think, is going to be there to like basically put your character and your build into a test. That's what I'm understanding, and at the same time, I expect it to be at its hardest difficulty at the launch, and perhaps there are going to be some nerves with the amount of like feedback the community is going to be giving later on. So it's going to be like a very interesting experience, especially at the launch. I can already see that. Transformative 10th mastery, which is called a Berserker, right over here. We are going to be getting a Berserker as the 10th mastery in this game, making a combination of 45 mastery combinations available in this game. That's just insane, obviously. So just adding one more mastery ripples out and creates so much more possibilities and content for players like me that likes to create alts in this game. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. As far as I know, that there are not going to be new levels and there are not going to be new components. However, they are looking at something called potion customization. Alter your potions to suit your playstyle. Turn them into powerful tonics that restore your character's vitality, or have them provide powerful unique buffs and effects. So this is one of the things that I'm very curious of, because like I'm gonna speculate right over here. It can be, it can be something that's like requiring you to grind quite a bit. You can like perhaps progress some sort of like an alchemy, you know what I mean? And then over time, you're capable of like crafting better and more unique potions, finding recipes, etc. Or it could be something that doesn't necessarily have so much depth, and you just have like a menu. You're clicking, okay, I want like 3% crit strike chance, 5% life, and like let's say 10% attack speed from this potion. I think it's going to suit my character well. Let's create like 10 of them. Oh, I need a couple more beast blood. Let's go get it. it could be something like that too. So I'm very curious what sort of a design this thing is going to have. Is it going to be like very depth, um, or is it going to be something more simplified? I'm very curious about this. The FX transmutation is very interesting. It's finally coming to Grim Dawn as well. Reroll your rare and magic items to perfect your equipment. So you'll be able to basically change stats on your items. As far as I know, not on the epic ones and not on the legendary ones. So they're going to be like fixed. And if you would like to use the rare and magic items, then you'll be able to do so, and you'll be able to roll specific affixes on them, or you'll be able to like convert them. We'll see more about this. I'm pretty sure there'll be lots of teases about this or explanations about this in the upcoming days or like months. We'll see. So the Crucible is going to be expanded. There'll be 30 additional waves. Obviously, it's going to require you to have the Crucible DLC. The Shattered Realm is growing as well. There are going to be new regions, and boss arenas being slowly consumed with the Shattered Realm's unstable infinity. So we'll have like new content inside the Shattered Realm as well that is going to be, added to the pool. Discover hundreds of new items, a veritable vault of treasures awaits you with hundreds of new monster infrequents, epic items and unique legendary items. Just insane, obviously. Now this is very interesting. I'm not necessarily sure what to make of this either. Listen to this. Awaken epic items. Unleash the true potential of many epic items to turn them into powerful implements worthy of legends. So what does this mean? Are we going to be able to just like, turn an epic item into a legendary version of it and figure out like, is it going to be a set upgrade every time? What I mean by that is like, is it going to be some sort of like a RNG factor? Is it going to like turn out to be kind of a corrupted item and like turn out to be something good, sometimes insane, sometimes bad? Or is it going to be every time something that is set? You know what I mean? It's going to be, if you upgrade these pants, these epic pants, and awaken them, it's always going to be giving you these legendary pants or whatever. I'm very curious of like what this awaken system is also. And as usual, I really like what creators doing here, because when they are trying to introduce something, they don't necessarily like add more and more things on top of the pile, which is going to be making the old stuff irrelevant. They're trying their very best over here to keep the old stuff, even the old builds, completely relevant, and just the bits and pieces that are being added onto the game is going to be basically just like, still meddling with the things that are available to us, such as the epic items, right? So we are going to be still excited for the same item, and if we would like to upgrade this item, we will still need that item, and then we will go through it. So these type of like additions to the game is really welcome in my opinion. It's genius, 100%. So that like old stuff that we have been playing with and falling in love with, not necessarily becoming irrelevant, and they're still going to be even more powerful. And we are going to be looking for like some mysterious ways to like update them. So there are going to be new foes, and there are going to be 2 new roguelike dungeons added to the game as well. Let's look into the Berserker a little bit too. Berserkers are brutal, unflinching defenders of Asterkarn that have embraced the beast god Mogdragon's gift to shapeshift into ferocious beast-like forms. So they're shapeshifters. They harness the bitter, unforgiving winds of Asterkarn to infuse their weapons and shatter their foes. So perhaps a little bit of cold-oriented character as well. When they are not assuming their were forms, Berserkers bring down their prey in savage dual-weapon combat. But any weapon can prove deadly in their capable hands or talons. Talons, okay. So this is going to be it from this video. I would like to hear what your opinions are about not only Grim Dawn getting a new expansion. This is out of the blue, like it's incredible news in my opinion, very surprising for me, something that I'm incredibly excited for. You can probably see it in my face anyways, but at the same time, I'm very curious about like what do you think? Grim Dawn is hands down to this date the best single player RPG experience that I have ever had. I sunk into about like 3,000 hours into this, and I really enjoyed every single one of those hours. So I'm looking forward to putting more in hours. If there was one thing that I would, request from Crate Entertainment, it would be to you know, put some time into the engine. The only gripe that I ever had with Grim Dawn is, you know, some sort of like some FPS limitations or game interaction limitations, just because of like the old engine that it's working on. But it is what it is. I'll take this. This is insane, and I'll be pre-purchasing the game the second that it's going to be available on Steam to be pre-purchased. Remember, when it's available, you can also wishlist the game, which is going to be helping them out big time. So thank you very much for watching. I'm curious to hear more about Grim Dawn, and you'll be hearing more about Grim Dawn from my YouTube channel as well. I'll see you then. Peace out.